Hey guys, Doug here again. Got a real fun, quick little Easter whittle for you today. This kind of stems back to the last the simple gnome video where I had this little guy. Well, I made all these little gnomes, but I had this one in particular, and I had lots of questions about the bunny ears. So we're going to incorporate those bunny ears into today's project, and this project has taken a bunch of turns. But over the weekend, I whipped up. Started out with a bunny like that as an egg, and then I decided to go with the egg shell. And as you can see, all these guys, I've got a bunch here, all different colors, and it's fun to give the Easter colors. But you can see ear bent over, ear straight up, double ear bent over. All right, so again, like normal, you can make it your own, mix and match however you like to do it, but very simple, fun little project using a piece of basswood, of course, 1.5 inch square by 4 inches tall. All right, so giddy up. All right, so we got a 4-inch piece of wood here, so let's try and find right exactly half. All right, there you go, that's about half. Just rough. If you're off a little bit, no big deal. All right, so there's half, and then we're going to do half again. Let's find half, roughly there. Okay. And what we're doing with this is about a finger's width, okay? So maybe a 1/4 inch on each side of that center line, like so. All right. Like I said, just roughly a finger. If you have a saw, this goes, all right? But since I'm catering to the newer carvers, I will do one side myself. Now I'm going to put on my little thumb guard here because, as you can see, I've already got a little wound on that finger. So put my thumb guard on, but if you have a carving glove, put it on. I will be using a 1 7/8 OCC tool knife, and there you go. Let's just jump right into this. So all I'm going to do, you probably know the drill by now. I'm going to go around. You're going to take all these corners off, all right? Nice big corners. I'm going to the center of the line on both sides so that the bottom is still the center line. All right, and I'm just going to go across. I'm going to take the in between the corners out, all right? I suggest that you watch this through once first, because I'm going to go fairly quick. Try and keep your attention for more than the normal 9 minutes you'd normally give me. All right, so there you go. Halfway, we've just gone around and made that little V cut all the way around, okay? Now, this is the bottom. This is going to be the egg, all right? So it's so hard to hang on to. So might as well do it right off the bat. Just knock these corners off, all right? Gives you a softer purchase when you're holding on to it and gripping hard on it, all right? We can do the bottom too, just for the sake of it. See that? I'm just going across. All right, just rough. I can do the same thing on the corners. See the corner? Take the corner off. Corner, corner, corner. And now to round this, when we do these corners, we're going to do more of it later, but I take that corner off, then I'm going to take this corner off, all right? And if we just keep removing those corners, pretty soon we're starting to round it, okay? But anyway, I'm already getting ahead of myself because this can be done down the road, all right? So, okay, back up here. So there we go. We've got this. Like I said, these are the sides that are going to be removed. So I'm going to do one side, and by the power of editing, we'll have both sides done. But we'll just go ahead, take the bigger corners off of here. So when we have a line like that, if I take this corner off, watching that line there, All right, so if I just go along the edge of that line on both sides, you don't have to do it all in one sweep. You can do it many times, but now we have less to take off in the middle, right? And again, we can just work by taking those corners off, right, until we get the piece we want off. I'm going to cut down. Always know where your knife is headed. You don't want to stick it in your hand. All right. And we're getting close. We're getting close. Doesn't have to be perfect. This is just roughing in, all right? But I think we can call that done. All right, see that? We've taken one side, and now let's, I'll just do the other side. And there we go, just like that. We got both sides done here. What am I thinking? Where's my, where's our cheerleaders? We gotta get these guys out here. All right. That's better. All right, now we can, let's work on the ears first. Center of the ears, all right? So what's an ear do, okay? We're just gonna bring the ears over, you know, like so. So on both sides now, we can, see that line there? I'm just gonna bring that down right into the top of the egg there. Make both sides the same roughly. All right. And then we're going to bring these over here. All right. So this one here, this is a little bit more difficult. So let's just do some big angle cuts. All right. See that? Do the same thing over here. Don't push too hard to. You don't want to break it. You want to cut it. So especially here, this is going to be a little bit more difficult to cut once we get in there. But if you slice and pull, you can cut the end grain easier. Kind of a little slicing cut rather than trying to push it through like that. See, I'm pushing, but if I can slice and pull, it works a lot better. All right. We don't have to go too deep. So let's give some a little bit of smoothness to this. We can knock all these corners off of here. All the way around. Lose that. Oh, we should talk about the flapping the ears, all right? So let's say, I'm going to give this some more shape here. See that? The shape is really not critical. It's just kind of nice to rough up the edges. But for instance, if we got this guy here, that ear is flapped over here. All right. Now remember, no shame in going two up or two down. But for the video, we're just going to do one down. So if this is our ear, right, roughly here. So if I want to have one flapped over, obviously the idea is that has to be down here so that if that was folded back up, it's the same height as this side, right? So if we're going to do that, then we're going to have to take all this wood off of here, right? When I pull it towards me like that too, that's a nice, strong grip. And it's really hard to cut yourself like that. I think I'm going to move that up just a little bit. All right. And then we're going to put that little cut in there, like so. Might be a little premature on this, but since we haven't even separated the ears, but that's the look we're going for right there. Take some of that off of there. All right, let's separate these ears before we get too far. Just going to do a little V cut with my knife. All right, so. If you have a V tool, you can use your V tool. Scooch her up in there. All right, but I'm going to thin these down a little bit too. Bring these bottoms in. All right, I want to get this. I want to get this one a little bit pointier. All right. All right, now we can. These are really straight up and down. Some of these I gave a little bit of a flare back, a little bend. You can separate the ears too, and have one forward and one back, or both forward, or just leave them straight up and down. But this flap ear, though, we're going to take these corners off so that looks like it's bent around. All right. This one here, maybe we'll just bring this one back just a little bit. Clean up the V cut again. All right. All right. We can let that go for a minute and go back down to the bottom. Right, a little spot there. Right there is a nice spot for a little 3/4 shadow. Make a little shadow in there. I'll show you the same thing in the back. See that there? If I just do a little 3-way cut, it's going to give a nice little shadow for the base of the ears. All right. Like so. All right. But back up here, and let's just start rounding it all off. We're going to take all these corners off of here. On an egg, we've got a heavier bottom and a skinnier top. So like I said before, I'm just going to take off the corner, then the next corner, the other corner. We just keep working our way around. And that's how we get it round. Right? All the sharper edges. We're going to make the top just a little bit more narrow than the bottom. All right. That train feels like it's taking forever to come through. Sound travels a lot better too when it's just about ready to rain. Spring is here. Easter's coming. All right. So what do we got? We're going to look at that and say, well, a little bit heavy still. So we're going to thin that down again. Working our way across, we want to get all these flat spots into the rounding. I want to round it right up to the bottom of the ears. If we hit the ears, we can go back and clean them up after too. Okay, so now we got a little bit more shape to it. All right. Same thing on all these sides. Just going to go around and knock all the corners off. I'm sure we all know what an egg shape is, minus the flat spot to sit on. I've never seen an egg with a flat spot that will sit up straight. But then again, we're not going for perfectly smooth either. We like knife cuts. We like the facets. And we know that it's a hand carved, right? All right. If the grain pulls one way, just turn it around and go the other way. Alright, what do we got here? A couple little bumps like that. Just take your time. Like I said, I'm trying to go a little bit faster just to keep you entertained. Now, that's not too bad. Got quite the facets in there. All right, now we can also see what I was saying earlier is these are just painted on the bottom. And like this one here, they're cut, all right? So let me just start out. We'll do the egg cut. And that is just no rhyme or reason. Some are higher than lower or lower. I'll do a couple here and then I'll go and finish it on my own. But, you know, we're just doing these little up and down, whoop-de-doo, right? So all I'm going to do there, stick my knife in. I'm giving it a little bit of an angle. Down and back up. All right. Then I'm just going to go across, take it out, and then I'm going to go and clean that up again. All right. Let's go around. But like I said, not necessary. You can do a nice, you can have a lot of fun just painting different designs. Have you ever researched egg designs? There's so many that you can do. So you don't have to do this step at all. But if you do this step, that means you're going to narrow the egg again. All right. So why don't I just clean this up a little bit? But now that I've started, I might as well finish it, right? So just go all the way around like so. And then when I come back, I'll have it all done. And then we'll do the ears and the face. All right, there we got our little egg shell bottom done. Now, like I said, remember that if you go with the egg shell, you've got to thin the rest of it down. So basically take off the thickness of the eggshell all the way back up. And you can see how that's kind of rounding right to the base of the ears. And they can even go in a little bit more, but we'll leave it for now. The bottom is round. Is it perfectly round? No, not perfectly round, but you can see the roundish shape. So I think we're in pretty good shape. So I'm going to do this little folded ear a little bit more here. Get that down in there. All right. Same as this way. I want that to pop out a little bit more. There we go. Take a little bit off of this ear. There we go. A little V-cut there. All right, that's looking good. Now, what we're going to do here, just going to draw a little line here. Same as here. We're going to set those ears in. Now, here again, you can, if you have a V-tool, you can take a V-tool, run it up in here, both ways. Or, if you want to go with a gouge, you can take a gouge and make it round. And then maybe you make a little cut inside of it. It's all up to you, as thin as you want to go, or as much work as you want to put into it. But I'm just going to do, well, I'm going to finish shaping the ear first. I don't like this. Got lots of hard edges on here still. You got to take all these edges off of here. But it is basically just a little bit of a hollowing of the ear. Let's get some texture on all these. Even if you're not doing anything, you're just adding some more knife facets just to give it some character. Okay, we're going to dig this right out. And like I said, if you got a V-tool, you can run your V-tool up here, not into your thumb. I will tell a story on the podcast this week about this thumb. But yeah, always know where your fingers are. But I like a knife. All right? And then we can just kind of keep working it in. Trying to stay at the bottom line. We like to keep the same so we don't double cut everything. But just slicing her up. See that? I'll give her one more here. Now I'm choking up on my knife so that I have complete control over it. It can't slide. Alright. And you can just keep on going as deep as you would like. There we go. Maybe a little bit more of a V on the top edge. I like it. Just like so. So same thing here. I'm just going to kind of undercut that right under that fold. I'm going to put some stop cuts in there. Both ways. And we're just going to pop that chip out of there. See what we got. Not bad. I like to get a little bit up this way. Pencil lines can go. They're throwing me off. Alright, let's do this one more time. That should be good. Should be good. Not quite. Not quite. A little fuzzy in there. There we go. There we go. So, I think, see how that, I'm going to bring that over just a little bit more. A little bit more this way. There we go. And if you want to do a little shadow cut under there, you can do that too. It'll help it pop out. See that? A little cut like that. Alright. Still a little bit rough in there. What can I do? I think I gotta go the other way. A little bit of a grain issue in there, but separate that a little bit more. Still don't like it. There, now I like it. Now I like it. Okay. That's basically the ears. We can do little tiny V cuts if we want and give it some shadow. Just at the base. Alright, but then we're going to move right into the nose and the face. Now, if you look behind me, the nose, I wasn't even thinking a triangle nose until I got to this guy. Alright, but then when I got to this guy, I finished them all up with a triangle nose because these are all little round button noses. And then I realized after I had them all painted, I didn't give him any teeth, which is fine. So, teeth or no teeth. Still looks like a rabbit because he's got big honking ears on him. So I got a little bit of meat here. So I'm going to put the nose a little bit higher here. I think we can stay with that button nose. But all I'm going to do is just going to cut like so. Cut down. Right. Looks like I'm making a square, but we're just going to knock the corners off after. See that? Take all the corners off. You got a little button nose. Just slide your knife around for a cleanup. Doesn't have to stick out too far. But I think it's time. Oh, Dougie gets his glasses on. There we go. Now I'm just going to run my knife all around it. And just kind of slice up to it. Alright, I'm going to take all the edges off and just leave a little button there. Alright, button nose complete. These eyes are all just painted, alright? I just put two daubs. This one's a little bit crooked, which is on purpose. 2 black dots. You can use like a toothpick or if you have a little stylus, but just 2 black dots with a little white. But then from here I just came down a little straight line and then I brought it over like so, and I gave little wing cuts on here because I'm really going to undercut that whole mustachy or mouthy face. And these are just painted lines too. See that? So let's do that first. I'm going to put a little stop cut here. And one under the nose. Just do a little V cut up to the nose. A little V cut down into the nose. Alright. Now I'm going to do these little end cuts here. Just little stab cuts like so. I'm going to follow that around. Right into that. Same. Uh-oh. I just lost the tip of my knife in there. Would you look at that? There it is. There it is. That's the tip of my knife. Okay, now that is totally on me. I take full responsibility for that because most of these OCC tools come with a little flat edge, and I always go ahead and I always round them to a point. So we'll just carry on like nothing ever happened. Do a little round cut. All right. Now we're just going to come up underneath there. Give her a little slice. A little slice right into the other cut. Yeah. Pencil lines off here. Alright. Now, we're going to give them some teeth. A little bit bigger on these so you can see nice and clear. I don't, I kind of like that tombstone shape. Not straight up and down. But I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just not too square teeth. I like a little bit of a cant back like that. You can see I'm just cutting around it. Okay. A little chip here and there. And then a little V cut on the center line. There's your teeth. Minus the pencil lines. All right. Let's take the pencil lines. If you want to do a little tiny V in between, you can do that too. Not necessary, but you can. That's pretty much it. Let me grab my spray bottle. So, I spray that because that's how Gene Messer taught me. And it just shows all the shadows better. You know, there's going to be a little bit of cleanup here and there. But overall, I'd say we got it. I'd say we got our little bunny. And obviously I use Easter colors on these guys here, but you can do polka dots. Like, the sky is the limit. You can do whatever you want to do. But you know what? Wasn't that easy and fun? It looks like you got something there. Nice little Easter whittle. All right. Wasn't too hard. There you go. When I paint these, I like to I wet the paint. So if I use a pink, I'll add about 7 or 8 drops of water to a drop of paint, just to give it more of that stained. You can see, you still see the grain in there. I put a little bit of a black wash around here just to do some highlights, as you can see. A little bit of blue in the ears. I mean, so many options. But if you want to just paint the egg, like I painted this before I ever decided just to cut it in, and that's how they kind of evolve. So make yours evolve, make them your own, and there you go. That is our little Easter whittle project. So there you go. That was a fun little project. And before I go, I just want to say thanks to anyone who bought me coffee this week, or to those who did. And I always appreciate that. It's a little perk for me to someone bought me a coffee. So let's have a last look at these on the way out the door. You can see that. Remember, this is I made a triangle nose on this one. A pink guy, a blue guy. So, all right, guys. I hope that was quick and to the point, and I hope you have fun making this little project. So until the next one, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you later. See you guys.